Is FHA a lot worse than conventional right now?
Yep.
How bad? What is going on? Welcome back to another video. My name is Chia. I'm a realtor here in Sacramento and Elk Grove area. If this is your first time here, consider subscribing. I make videos like this every single week. When buying a home for the first time, normally the first step is get pre-approved. After you get pre-approved, you meet up with the realtor you want to work with and go and look at homes, submit offers. It takes about 30 to 40 days. Escrow closes, you get the keys, you move in, everybody's happy. In today's world involving the COVID-19 and all of the changes, that's affecting the purchasing process as well. It's causing delays in the transactions. It's harder for people to qualify now. It's taking longer to refi your homes. Going out and looking at homes is also limiting now. And if you haven't watched my video about that yet, I'll link it up in the descriptions down below, right underneath that like button. So what ends up happening now is when you're buying a home, during the pre-approval process, before you go out and shop homes with your realtor, they verify your employment. Before the close of escrow, they're also going to need to verify your employment now as well. And it could go something along the lines of, hey, Mr. Employer or Mrs. Employer, we'll call this guy John, okay? Looks like a John to me. We're wondering if he will still be guaranteed a job after this purchase, maybe down the line. How does that look like? Of course, this is not exactly what they're gonna say, but basically that's the message across. They're gonna want to verify to make sure that the borrower, his or her job is stable before and after the purchase. Because if it's not, and there's a little bit of an iffy going on, they may think twice about lending you a mortgage. Another thing that you have to consider now too and be aware of is during the process, after you've submitted an offer on a home, it gets accepted, you're doing your due diligence process, and now you're ordering appraisals. A lot of those appraisers may not want to drive out to the property. So if the appraisal is delayed, it's delaying the whole process now too. So if you expected to get your keys in 30 days or 40 days, think again, because it may end up being longer than just 30 to 40 days. There might be a little bit more added to it, maybe even closer to like 2 months. Another change also to the borrowing process is FHA used to always be like the #1 preferred loan to use when buying a home. Because of the minimum credit score that you needed to have was a lot more doable than conventional. Interest rate was a lot better. Down payment was only 3.5% down. Purchasing power was normally higher than conventional. But now, FHA is actually worse than conventional.
Good morning to you.
Good morning. Is FHA a lot worse than conventional right now?
Yep.
How bad?
Unpredictably bad. So it's fluctuating from 3.75 to 4.25. Okay, so anybody with good credit and everything like that, there are people who purchased a home about 2 months ago, aren't able to pay their first mortgage payment. Okay, so let's just say, for instance, the lender has $10 million to do loans and things like that, right? Within the first 90 days, if the borrower does not make that first payment, they're unable to sell that loan. So if that person is like, let's just say a round number of $500,000, right? Now they have $500,000, they can't release and fund another loan, no matter how awesome and how clean that file is. So lenders all over the place are scrambling to see how it could be done. And because there's no money, there's no margin, there's no grandfathering. So say, for instance, in the middle of the transaction, right, and Fannie Mae changes the guideline to like, nope, it's going to be 660 now that we're going to be able to do FHA or government loans. In the middle of the loan, it will go kaput. So it's so super scary right now. It's like, what the freaking dang it. I've never seen this in the 12 years, even at the last crash and everything like that. The last crash, the issue was because nobody had equity in the house to do things. This time, it's a totally different thing where everybody is just losing money everywhere. Okay, the banks are losing money because they're not getting that first payment for borrowers who just got that loan. They're also losing people who, got the loan a couple months ago, 4 or 5 months ago, where they haven't made up that margin yet. And people are refinancing out with other banks, so they're losing money on those two ends, and they're also losing money because they don't have enough money to lend out to the loans that they currently have. So now they're losing it on 3 avenues. So a lot of stuff. FHA is just so unpredictable right now. I'm not even...
If you were in the boat of FHA buy, you may want to reconsider your options and going with conventional instead. So what you may want to consider doing is calling your lender up and speaking directly with them to see what they think is best. If it's better to go with FHA or if it's better to go with conventional. So not only is it preferred for you to go with conventional if you are qualified for that, but it's also going to make your offer a lot stronger too when you're submitting an offer on a home. Because if a seller is being educated by their listing agent right now, they will know this as well, that in the middle of a transaction, like in the middle of escrow,
in the middle of the loan, it will go kaput.
The guidelines may change if you're an FHA buyer. So that's pretty scary. I mean, crazier than 08.
So it's so super scary right now. It's like, what the freaking dang it. I've never seen this in the 12 years, even at the last crash and everything like that.
Man, that is insane. So if you were initially planning on purchasing a home this year with FHA, again, talk to your lender and see how they feel about the whole situation. Ask about the guideline changes and ask if you're being effective, because a lot of individuals are not making their first payment because of this. So that is affecting a lot of lenders, and that is probably why they're making the guidelines so much more difficult and challenging for first-time home buyers. And hopefully this video was able to help you make a better decision if you are in the boat of buying a home right now, despite everything that's going on in this world. If you're going out, stay safe, wear gloves, wear mask, wash your hands 20 seconds, sanitize your hands if possible, and remain your distance 6 feet or so, and you'll be golden. But that is it for this video. I will catch you guys next time. Peace.